Hello everyone, I'm Alicia. So do you guys remember for Halloween I made this really cute beaded pumpkin? This one here is a charm, but you can also use this as earrings. And I used 4mm check fire polish beads to make it, and a 6mm check fire polish bead for the stem, and some seed beads. It was really simple to make. It was so much fun. And when I was designing this pumpkin, I thought, wouldn't it be cool if I could make a beaded snowman? And then I realized, you know, it's going to be a ton of work, and I don't know if you guys would even want to do something like that. And so I posted this video about the pumpkin. I never said anything about making a snowman, but I did talk about how you could just change this orange color to yellow and you would have beaded emojis. And so after I posted the video, somebody commented and said that she would love it if I could figure out how to design a beaded snowman similar to how I did my pumpkin and do a video on it. So I thought, since somebody's asking about it, I should try it. So I sat down, I started playing with some beads, and I first wanted, this was the first one I made, I first wanted to do large beads, 6mm beads, because I wanted this to be kind of big so it can be hung onto a Christmas tree as an ornament. It's so cool. So I use 6mm faceted plastic beads, and I use plastic because there is a lot of beads in this, and it would be very heavy if I did it with glass. So I need it to be lightweight, and this does have weight to it, just being plastic, and the seed beads of course are glass. But I want it to be lightweight to go on the tree branches, because the tree branches really sag if you have heavy ornaments on them. So this was the first one I made, and when I was designing this, I thought, there is no way I'm going to be able to figure out how to do 3 different snowball sizes. I'm probably going to be able to only do 2, but I figured it out. I was so happy that I was able to do 3 different sizes. And also, I love this snowman so much because I discovered how I could give him stick arms. I gave him a scarf. I gave him a carrot nose. Look at that carrot nose, isn't it awesome? And a hat. I think the hat is probably my favorite part about this. And I will say the most difficult thing to do with him is his scarf. It is a little difficult, but if you wanted to, you could skip his scarf. You could skip doing his stick arms, and you could just do the balls. You could also skip doing the hat. It's up to you, but I really went all out on this, and I wanted to give him everything. And I was thinking there's only one more thing he could use, and that's probably a smoking pipe, like Frosty the Snowman has. I think Frosty has his pipe. I don't know, it's been a while since I've seen that. But anyways, I think I could give him a pipe. It would probably come right out of this bead here. I would use a bugle bead and maybe like a 6/0 seed bead and give him a pipe. That would be so cool. But I decided to just leave him here because I think he's already fancy enough. So after I did the 6mm plastic faceted beads, I wanted to do 4mm. And this is how this little guy turned out. And I did do some changes because I went down in sizes. I had to use smaller beads. So this one here I did 8/0 seed beads. His arms were 11s, and I have bugle beads. And his carrot nose is a 6/0, 8/0, and 2 11/0s. This one, for the carrot, I did an 8/0 and 2 11/0s. All the black seed beads are 11/0s, or maybe it was a 10/0 seed beads. His scarf is, it was either 11 or 10. And the same with his arms. I don't remember. They were either 11 or 10. Both sizes would work. Seed beads. Now, I didn't do bugles in his arms because, as you could see, I didn't use very many in this one. And look how big his arms are. So I just did all seed beads. And I really loved, by the way, I loved working with the plastic beads because, as you can see, they have nice size holes. So I didn't have problems going back through the holes because I had to make several thread paths to make these little guys. Now this one here, I was dying to make this with check drucks. And you know, when you first start beading, you collect the basic colors. Well, guess what? I didn't have any 4mm black. I wanted to do drucks because they are the perfect size. They are all the same exact size. I did have some other black glass beads, but they were not all the same size. They weren't consistent. So I ordered some black matte check drugs and some white check drugs. And I just couldn't believe that I didn't have any white beads to make this with, so I had to order some. And anyways, I did, for his arms, I did the Toho terracotta, that brown that I used for the bird. Remember the beaded bird nest? I did. And I did 10-0 check seed beads for his scarf. And for his nose, I did an 8-0 and 2 11-0s. And for his hat, I used some matte black, I think it's Miyuki seed beads that Lisa gave me. Thank God I had those, because I thought it would look weird to have shiny seed beads with the matte. So thank you so much, Lisa, for sending me those. And then I was talking to Lisa, and I was telling her how I talk back and forth with her all the time. I was telling her how I made the snowman, I sent her some pictures, and she said she wanted to do it with 3mm beads. And so I thought, oh yeah, 3, I would like to do a smaller size for earrings, because this one here is too big for earrings. Now, I didn't have any 3mm beads that I could use, so I thought, what about seed beads? If I can make this little guy with seed beads, I know you guys would love that, because you're probably like me, and you probably didn't have any white beads, and you have to go buy them. But chances are you might have white 8-0 seed beads and black 8-0 seed beads. So I created some earrings with a snowman using 8-0 seed beads. Again, the white are 8-0s, the black here are 8-0s. I used 11-0 seed beads for his hat. Now I did change some things. You know, these 3 here are made the exact same way. I just changed little things like the beads in his carrot nose to, to make it smaller, but they're all weaved the same way, and they are pretty much using the same beads in the same spots. But these here, when I went to go do the top of his head, I realized that the 8-0 seed beads weren't working out for his eyes, so I had to use 11-0s for her eyes, because they just did not look right. And then when I did his hat, I had to change the seed beads in some places, because the hat was not looking like these hats did. The hats were really weird. So I had to change the 8-0s that I put there with 11-0s, and in the very top I had to do 11-0s instead of 8-0s to get them looking just right. But I love how these turned out. They are so cute, and they're really small. I think that they're the perfect size. I will tell you, these are made with monofilament. I made my pumpkin head with monofilament. These 2 are made with monofilament, but this one here, I tried doing it with monofilament and I wasn't able to. I actually used a small monofilament. I used 8 pound, and I was not able to get back to the beads, because the check drugs have very small holes. Can you see the holes on these beads? Look how little they are. They're really small. So what I had to do was take it apart, and I remade it with 8 pound fireline. I made this one with 8 pound fireline. Now these here, I ended up using 6 pound monofilament that Lisa sent me, and they turned out great. So I'm going to give you guys the list of materials down there, and I'm going to give you the materials to make each kind of snowman. So I'll tell you, what I used for this one, with the 6mm faceted plastic beads, the 4mm faceted plastic beads, the check trucks, and the 8-0 seed beads. I'm going to have it all down there for you guys. There was one more thing I wanted to tell you guys. What was it? So I remember what I want to tell you guys. Just about all the beads I used to make my snowman are from Shipwreckbeads. I wanted to go to, when I didn't have the beads, I had to go buy them. I didn't want to buy from like 2 different sellers or even 3 different sellers. So I was thinking, where could I get plastic beads, check drugs in one place? So it hit me, Shipwreckbeads. They have plastic beads. There's not a lot of online bead stores that I know of that has plastic beads. So I went there and I got the 6mm faceted plastic. I got the 4mm faceted plastic. Now I did notice that the 6mm are better quality. Some of the beads had like rough edges and stuff, and I had to take a knife and scrape off the rough plastic so they looked better, because some of them were screwy looking. But I got it to work. I just had to go through every single bead with the 4mm and go through them and clean them up with a knife. So anyways, these are from Shipwreck Beads, those beads are, and the check drugs here are from Shipwreck Beads, and even these seed beads are, but I bought these about a year ago. These are vintage Venetian seed beads in white and black. They are 8/0s. And the orange seed beads, those are also from Shipwreck Beads. They're vintage Venetian. And these beads here from the scarf are from Shipwreck. They're vintage Venetian. And that's it. Just about everything I use are from Shipwreck Beads. So yeah, that's where I bought it from. And these two here I think are going to be, this one's going to be a Christmas ornament. This one might go on a table. This one here will be a pendant. These, of course, are going to be earrings, and I'm thinking about making a little one to match this as a pendant for a set. So, that's it. Oh, one more thing I got to tell you guys. This video is going to be a long video, okay? There's nothing I could do about it. It's a huge project. It's a very fun project. It's really addicting. I had so much fun making this. And, I might have to do several videos on this, so I might have like 3 parts, 4 parts, I don't know, I'll see how it goes. One other thing I wanted to tell you guys, I have a little brother, a 12-year-old little brother, and he plays video games, and sometimes I'll play with him, and there's this video game called Minecraft that everybody is obsessed with. It's a huge video game. Anyways, there is this little creature that you can make. I think it's called a snow golem, something like that. And if you have kids or grandkids, you can ask them about it. But basically, in the game, you put these I think it's two snow blocks together, and on top you put a pumpkin, and it turns into what kind of looks like a snowman with a pumpkin head. And it's just this little guy. He's not a bad guy. He's friendly, and he walks around, he leaves a snow trail everywhere he goes, and he throws snowballs at the bad guys. And I just thought that was so cool. So if you have grandkids that are into that game, you can take and make his head orange and make them a little snow golem from Minecraft. That's another idea. And he could be a Christmas tree ornament too. And these make great gifts. So again, this is going to be a huge video, or videos, might be more than one. And let's get started. Here is the list of materials you will need to make the large beaded snowman. And remember, for the other sizes, look down there in the description bar. I will tell you everything you need to make the other snowman. You will need 12 feet of 10-pound monofilament for the big snowman. You will also need 96mm white round beads. These are white faceted rounds, but you can use just all rounds. Don't have to be faceted. You're also going to need 44 6mm black round beads, 8/0 seed beads. This is for the scarf. I'm using green. 8/0 seed beads in black. This will be for the hat. 11/0 seed beads in black. This is for the loop or the bail here of our snowman. And you will also need 11/0 seed beads in brown for the arms. Now, I'm using 11/0s and bugles for the larger snowman, but if you're making a smaller one, just use all 11/0s. You will also need orange seed beads, and I'm using different sizes. I have a 6/0, an 8/0, and 2 11/0s to make it look like a carrot. And I'm also using tweezers. These help a lot, and I also have a beetle. You could probably get away without using this, but I do find it extremely helpful. As long as you have tweezers, you're good to go. Okay, so this is the list of materials. Remember, always put the list down there, and if you want to learn how to make the smaller sizes, I will have everything you need down there in the description bar. I went ahead and I colored the ends of my monofilament with nail polish. One is black and one is red, and the first thing I'm going to do is make this big snowball right here with one button. So I'm going to take one of my ends and I'm going to pick up 6 white beads. Okay, 4, 5, and 6. You know, one other thing I would like to try with this snowman is to do it with 10mm. I would like to make a gigantic beaded snowman. Okay, but I know I would have to change things, like his arms. I would probably have to use 6/0 seed beads for his arms. Okay, so I just picked up 5 here, and there's my 6th one. So I have a total of 6 beads. I'm going to crisscross my ends through the 6th bead. Okay, put the ends together, and bring this bead down to the center. Now because I'm working with so much, I have to go like this and pull the rest through. Okay, now you don't have to get it perfectly centered. Try the best that you can to get it centered, but you know, if you have like half an inch on one side, that's okay. Just try to get it centered the best you can. Okay, so now I'm going to pick up 4 beads. I have a circle of 6, and I have to make another circle, but this circle is going to have 5. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 beads. Okay, I'm going to crisscross through this one, and to make this easier so it's not tangling a lot, I hold the bead between my fingers and I just pull the string through on one side, then I swap hands and I pull the string through on this side. It's a little trick that I've come up with to make things easier. So now I have this. So you can see this circle here is 6 beads around, and this circle is 5. So the bottom of our snowman is going to be the 6 beads around. Okay, so right here, this is the bottom. And I left that hole there because he can stand up. He can't stand up on my bead mat because it's too soft. But when I put him on a table, flat surface that's not soft, he can stand up. And also, I discovered that you can put a pencil in this hole, and he can be a topper on a pencil. Okay, so I'm pulling this tight, and I have this string right here, and that string is the black one, so I'm going to take this and pass through this bead. So hold it just like this and pull it through. Okay, now I have this, so this is my black string, and this one here's my red. I'm going to take my red string, and I'm going to pick up 3 beads, because I already have 2 here, and I need to make another circle of 5. Actually, I'm picking up 3 beads because I already have 2. Okay, so picking up 3, crisscrossing through the 3rd one, and again I hold this in place and I pull my tails through, swap hands, hold this bead in place, pull the tails through. Okay, then I can bring this up. So there you go, I just made another circle of 5. So now I have to take this string right here and pass through that bead. So this string is the red one. Okay, pull this through, lay this down. Now with this string I'm going to do the same thing I just did. I have 2 beads here. I'm exiting out of these 2 beads. See that right there? I need to have a circle of 5, so I'm going to pick up 3. 1, 2, 3, and crisscross through the 3rd one. And again, because my string is so long, it's best to hold the bead in place and pull one side through at a time to prevent any tangling. And also, you won't lose your ends this way. Okay, so this is what I have so far. Again, this is still the bottom of my snowman. Now, I'm going to take this string right here, okay, that's at the bottom of my snowman, and pass through the next bead so I can add more beads. So now I have to pull this through. Okay, so now I have this. I'm going to take this string here, this one is red, and I have to pick up 3 again to make a circle of 5. Cross through the 3rd one. Hold this bead between your fingers and pull the tail through. Swap hands and pull the other tail through. Okay, bring both tails down, and here we go. So again, I have a thread, a string that's right here at the center and the bottom of my snowman. So I'm going to take that string. This one is red, and I have to pass through the next bead. Just like that. Pull that through. Okay, and I have to make another circle. So again, I have 2 beads here. I have to pick up 3 more because I need a circle of 5. There's 2. Here is 3. Again, cross through the 3rd bead. Hold the bead in place and pull your string through. Okay, now I'm pulling the other one through. And here we go. We just added another circle. Okay, so if you look, pushing this down, I have my center circle here of 6 beads, and then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 circles around it with 5 beads. I'm at the close right here, so what I have to do is take this string, and this one by the way is black, and I'm going to pass through this bead, but because I'm at the close I have to step up and pass through this one. So I'm passing through 2 beads at this time. So just like that, okay? So I'm going to hold this in place and pull this string through. Okay, now we have this. So now you can see I'm Xing out of 3 beads. My strings are. So that means I need 2 because I have to have a circle of 5. So I'm going to pick up 2 white beads and cross to the second one. And again, I'll hold this bead and pull my string through. I'll swap hands and pull the other side through. Okay, so now when you pull this tight and you lay it flat, it has a dome shape. See how it's domed? This is going to be the bottom of our snowman. So now I have to take this string right here. Do you see how it's going in that direction? It's going towards my beads. Okay, this one's going away from my beads. So this is a string I pick up beads with, and this one here I have to reposition it by passing through this bead right here. Okay, so I'm going to go through this one, and again this is my red end. Okay, just like that. And now I'm ready to pick up beads. Okay, so I've actually got half of this ball done, so I'm right up in here. Okay, I'm going to pick up a black bead now. This is going to be my first button right here on my snowman. Okay, so that's 1 bead. I have to make another circle of 5 beads, so I'm going to pick up 2 white. So I have 1 black and 2 white, and I'm going to crisscross through the 3rd bead that I picked up, and again I'll hold this bead in place and pull these strings through. Okay, so when I pull this down, you could see how the bottom of our snowman is starting to take shape. So now I have to hold it like this, and with this string right here that's going in the bottom direction of my snowman, I'm going to take this string, this one's black, and I have to pass through this white bead and through the next one. So I went to that one, and I'm going to go through this one too. Okay, just like that. Pull this through. Now I have this. I have 1 circle there, and I'm ready to make another one. So right now I'm Xing out of 3 beads again. So that means I have to pick up 2 white ones and cross to the second, and again I'll hold this bead in place and pull my string through just like that. Okay, now I have to reposition my string again. So I have the string that's coming into my beads. I'm going to take that one and pass through these 2 beads right there. Pull this through. Okay, so now I'm Xing out of 3 beads. Again, that means I need to pick up 2 beads. So I'm going to pick up 2 white and cross through the second. Hold the bead and pull the string through again. Once we get the first ball done and the second ball with the arms, it starts getting a little bit easier because our string is getting shorter. Okay, so now I have to reposition my string again. So I'm Xing out of this bead. I'm going to take this string that's going into all the beads. This one here is leading nowhere. That's our pickup string. I'm going to take this and go through this bead and the next one. Okay, so I just went through those 2 right there. Pull it through, and we're going to make another circle. So with my red, I'm picking up 2 beads and crossing through the second one, and again hold this bead in place and pull the string through. same with the other side. Okay, I just made another circle. Coming out here, I have to pass through these two. So see, if I only passed through this one bead right here, if you look, do you see how this bead's at an angle? It's going down. So that means I have to go up for the next one because I have to make a circle. Okay. So through those two. Okay, got a little tangled up there. Let's see. I let go of my string. That was a boo-boo. Alright. So now I'm here. So now I have to take this string that's on the top. This is the top where my button's at. I'm going to take that one, which is black, and this one down here, that one is red. I'm going to take the black one because it's coming out the top. Okay, I just passed through those two beads. I'm going to pick up two white and cross through the second one. Hold on to the second bead and pull these strings through. Then swap into the other side. Okay, so pulling this tight. Make sure you pull it tight. I really like the plastic beads because they have large holes. You don't have any loose spots. It tightens up nicely. Okay, so this is what I have right now. I have to close this up, and not just that, but I'm going to fill in all those holes because I don't like having holes in my snowman. So I'm going to take this string right here, okay, the one that's pointing down, and I'm going to pass through one bead. Okay, just the one. Pull that through. Then I'm going to take this one up here, the red one, and I'm going to pick up one white bead, and I'm going to pass through these two here, okay? And also, I need to pass through the bead that my other one's coming through, so I'll go through this one too. So I'm actually going through three beads. Now I have to pull all of this through, pull it tight, pull it very tight. Okay, and now I have a ball. See that? I have my the bottom of my snowman. These 6 beads here are all connected together, but the top of my snowman is not. I'm going to be doing that after I fill in all the holes. So now we are ready to fill in all the holes with white beads. Okay, so after we pull this tight, we need to take our ball and put our strings together. We need to figure out which one is longer. We want the longer string. Okay, my red one's longer. So I'm going to take the red one, and I'm going to do more work with this one than the shorter one. And I find this with everything I make with 2 strings, I need to make sure that I keep both strings around the same length, because if one gets too short, I can't finish my project. So okay, so this is what we have now. I'm taking the red one. The red one is this string right here. I'm going to pick up one white bead, and I'm going to fill in a hole. So I'm coming out of this side. I want my bead to go here. So I'm going to take my string and pass through this bead. Okay, try to come in front of the other tail instead of behind it so you don't capture it. I'm going to pull this through. And there we go, we just filled a hole, okay? I'm going to take the same string and do that again. Pick up one bead. It's getting loose, but that's okay. We'll tighten back up. Picking up one bead. I'm coming out of here in that direction. I got my bead. I'm going to come around and go through this bead. So pull this tight. Okay, I'm going to grab my other string, and I'm going to pull both of them tight. So this is the one I just added, and that's the other one that I just added. I have to put another bead here, so I'm going to pick up one right here. I'm going to pass through this bead now, okay? Filling this in, turn, and I have to put another one in. So I'm going, if you look, this is the first one. I'm going bottom, top, bottom, top is going to be my next, and then bottom. I'm zigzagging, going up and down. Bottom, top, okay? Right here, my string is coming out of this one. In that direction, I just picked up a bead. I have to go around, go through here, pull this through, and again pull that tight because it loosens up. Turn it. Now I have to do the bottom. Picking up one bead, coming out this bead, I have to go around, up through this bead. Okay. Picking up another one, just like this. I'm gonna go down through this one. Okay, I have to add another one here. So I'm picking up another bead, and I'm gonna go through that hole. Okay, let's see how many holes do I have left. Well, this is the top of my button. This is the one I was holding on to. This one here I'm working with. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 holes left. I think I'll add another bead with my red string. So I'm going, well, I was holding it this way, so that might make more sense to y'all. Still, I'm just adding another bead there. Okay, now I need to go back up. So my button's on the top right here, okay? So I need to come out the top of this when I get done filling in beads. So I think I'm gonna go, let me see, I need to check and see how long my strings are. So the red one is the one I've been working with. Okay, the black one has gotten a lot longer, like 4 or 5 inches longer. So I'm gonna swap to the black one because I don't want to run out of string on one side. Okay, so taking the black string, I'm swapping over. Here's the front and also the top. I'm now taking the black one and I'm going to pick up a bead. I have to fill my next gap in. My gap's right here, so I'm going to take this string and go just like that. Okay, pull this through. That bead pops right into place. I have another hole to fill, so I'm going to pick up a bead. Coming out this one right here, I'm going to go through this one. Okay. Now here I am, I have 2 left. I'm going to fill this hole. Picking up a bead. Passing through here. Okay, now this looks great. It's worked out great for us. Okay, this is what we want. We have 1 hole left. And I have a string here and a string there. That's perfect. Now I need to see... Actually, you know what? I'm not even going to worry to see which one's longer because I'll fix that later. Okay, so now I'm just going to take one of the strings. I'm going to go back to the black one that I just had. I'm going to pick up 1 bead. Coming out of this hole, picking up a bead, I'm going to go around. Okay, pull this through. This bead pops into place. Okay, I just added this one here. I have to keep going up because my button's right here on the top. So I'm going to take this string, pass through this one, and through this one here. And also through this one. I'll pull this through first. Oops. Good thing the cat didn't see those beads jump. Okay, so I'm going to the top one now. Just like that. See that? That's the top hole. Right here where the 6 beads are at in a circle, the top there of my button. Pulling this through. I'm going to swap my strings. Okay, because now I have this one here on the top. I have to take the other one, which I think is red. Let's see. Yep, it's red. My red has to be in the top now, so I'm going to pass up through here and then through this top bead. Okay, pull this through and pull very tight. Okay, so now we have the bottom of our snowball complete, except for this part right here. I didn't do this. Here, let me show you. Okay, so if you look here at the very bottom, we have a thread, a string that's going all the way around, pulling all these beads together. But right here, we don't. There's no string. So, again, this is how I keep my strings the same length. I'm going to take my strings, put them together, stretch my arms out, find the longer one, and that is still the black one. Wow, the black one was really long. Okay, so taking the black one, I'm going to go all the way around these beads and come out this one right now, just like I am right now, but I'm going to go all the way around and bring all these beads together, because right now they look like they're together, but they're not actually connected together. So going all the way around, I want to exit out of the same bead that I'm coming out right now. One more. Okay, pull this through. I think I might be tying a knot there by accident, so pull that through the hole. Okay, so now we are ready to do the middle section of our snowman. His arms too, so I have to get the beads for that. So we have the bottom complete. It's pretty cool. So one thing that might be a little confusing to you guys, because we have to keep our strings around the same length, close in length, I don't always come out the same spot as I did in another snowman. So for example, right now I'm coming out of this bead, so my button's right there, and this is the bead my strings are exiting out of. Now maybe in this snowman, maybe I came out over here. And that's because I've been trying to keep my strings close in length. So this might happen to you. But we are basically going to be doing the same thing. Now I can go that direction or I can work in that direction. It doesn't matter. The thing to know is where the parts of your snowman is going to be. So this is how I do it. So looking at our snowman, I'm going to be adding a button right in front of the first button. So he will have a new button, black bead, that's going to be right here, okay? And the hole of the bead will be like this, okay? Just like that. So it's kind of going to be like we're doing a 2-needle right angle weave going around the middle of the snowman. Now his arms will be coming off of this bead and this bead, but it's going to be taller. So if you look, this bead on this snowman is right here. So up right there, that's where I add the arms. And across, that's where I added the other arms. So you just kind of have to know the parts of him, I guess, to do this if you know if you're not coming out the same spot I am. So right now I'm coming out of this bead. Okay, he will have an arm here and over here, but when it gets taller, that's when I'll add it. And he's gonna have a black bead right here. So I'm going to take this string here, and I think I'm gonna go in that direction. I can go that way, it actually does not matter, but because I'm right-handed, I think I'm gonna use this one because I like to pick beads up with my right hand.